Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Casso podcast, episode 41. Now, what I'm going to do from now on is actually name probably the most famous, or at least the most famous to me, Bronco player that wears that number. I can't think of anybody that's ever worn 41, so it's just Casso episode number 41. Sorry. But we are broadcasting from beautiful Brighton, Colorado, right in the heart of Colorado's 8th Congressional District, and right in the heart of AJ's ancestral lands for at least, and I have to repeat, at least the last 30,000 years. What's up, Buffalo Hunter?
Dude, I really thought you had a new intro. I was so hyped.
I did. I'm going to start naming every Bronco. It doesn't cool to do every Bronco that's most important. Obviously, we're on episode 7. I would say Elway. If we're on episode 18, I'd say Peyton Manning. Dude, episode 41, I really can't think of any Bronco that's ever worn 41. The 40s are going to be hard. I don't know why I started it in the 40s, because a lot of people don't wear 40s numbers because they don't look good. You don't look fast. You look slow. Even if you're playing linebacker, the 40 never looks good on you. I don't think AJ ever wore a 40. Now, the only 40 that I think looks good is 49. That's just me. What about you? Oh, we're going to have Floyd Little in 3 weeks, but 44 was all right.
Yeah, I had no idea you were going to do this.
I can't wait till we get to 81.
I had no idea you were going to start that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw something triggered it, and I was like, "Hey, why don't I say every episode we do?" But that will only go until 99.
No, this episode is
Shane Dronette.
This episode feels guilty, okay. And I could explain why. Because we had put out promos. Speaking of which, I feel like we're extra exhausted this week.
Why? Why?
We had the bright idea of going through hell in Hell Week. That's what I'm claiming last week was Hell Week.
It wasn't the bright idea. We really didn't have a choice.
Welcome to Hell Week. Well, my sister moved to Vegas. I think we talked about it on the show before.
A little bit. Yeah. A couple of weeks we've been talking about it, but
everything that could go wrong went wrong.
I like when you said, "Dude, we're living the movie Vacation." That was good. I was like, "We really are."
This trip was my Odyssey. You know the Odyssey. Took a guy 20 years to get home.
Yeah. So break it down for us on starting last Wednesday, I guess, and then we'll go from there. And don't forget to mention why we couldn't film the episode the night we were planning on it, because let's just start with that, because then we'll go back to it. I lost my phone in a Vegas casino. In 52 years, I've never lost my keys, my wallet, or my phone, ever. Not anywhere, anytime, anywhere. Well, me and AJ were playing the stupid horse racing game at the link. He's like, "Hey, dude, let's go play roulette." I was like, "That's a very fun idea. Let's go do that." For some reason, I decided not to pick up my phone that was right in front of me, and we went back 5 minutes later, and it was gone. And so
I don't even think it was 5 minutes.
It wasn't very long at all. And so I lost my phone in Vegas. Long story short, it took us 4 hours to get a new phone and to get it connected. And so by the time we did all that, we really didn't have time to shoot the episode. And so I'm at fault 100% why we didn't shoot the episode in Vegas. I had all the equipment with me. I had it packed in the bag, ready to go. We had everything. We even brought the boom mics just in case to look real cool or whatever the hell we were doing. But I cost us because I lost my phone in Vegas like a moron.
You were... Dude, and
nobody beat me up and stole it. I left it sitting at horse racing.
And we're gonna get that Vegas footage
sooner or later.
Soon,
yes, because my daughter lives in Vegas, and so we're gonna get it sooner than later.
Okay, I was like, she watches this, or no, she doesn't. But no. Watch her now start watching because she's 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. No, she's not watching. No, to start our week.
I think she does. I think she secretly watches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because have you ever caught her bringing stuff up that we've talked about on the podcast? She'll just be like, "So what do you really think about Epstein?" You know? I'm like, we literally just put it on an episode talking about that. Yeah. Anyways, to start Hell Week, that's what I'm, Wednesday night, my sister had a bunch of stuff that she didn't want to take to Vegas. Mm-hmm. She wanted us to keep or get rid of and blah, blah, blah. And my sister, she's 28.
It's going to be next month. No.
Doesn't drive. This is important for the story.
Yeah.
She doesn't drive. She's never learned how to drive.
But she tried to learn, but she almost killed every one of us trying to learn, except AJ was younger at the time. But she almost killed my dad. She almost killed my mom. She almost killed me. And so we were like, hey, we really need to stop trying to teach her because one of us is going to die.
And so, but she lived downtown. And now she lives in one of the biggest, I wouldn't say the biggest cities, maybe.
No, I mean, as far, one of the, obviously the biggest tourist city in the United States.
So that helps with like Lyft and stuff. But so she's been lifting and taking the bus for her whole adult life. I mean,
which is when you're living in downtown Denver, that's a good thing.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
And it's more
convenient.
If I didn't have to drive even 10 minutes to work, I wouldn't. Yeah. And we'll talk about driving in a minute. But so we go down because she doesn't have a way to get any of this stuff. It's hot. Denver's been so hot. So
it's been 108 degrees in Denver.
We take care of business, have a couple drinks, get dinner. Good time. But then Thursday, both of our work schedules.
No, it wasn't a good time, son. I have to disagree with you on that. When I saw what we were having to take, I was like, man, that's a lot. Because we were going to rent a truck. We were going to rent a full-size truck because a U-Haul, for whatever reason, and I get it, a U-Haul was $1,500 to Vegas. I was sure as hell wasn't going to pay for it. And so we were like, do you want to pay that? Well, we'll rent it if you're going to pay for it. No, I don't want to pay $1,500. Okay, well, we can rent a full-size truck for $500.
Yeah, no. So, and like a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Which would have worked out fine. And so me and my dad were mapping it in our heads. And we're like, ooh, this is going to be tight, you know, and we're not, whatever. So we go home. Our schedules on Thursday are, I would say both of our schedules suck on Thursday. I work all day, you work all day. So we're tired from moving. I mean, my sister had a big, what's it called? 5180?
5150.
Amplifier. That weighed so much, and I'm walking it down. I'm like, wow, this is going to suck.
No.
Whatever. So then Thursday, worked all day, tired. Friday, worked all day, did the podcast early. Because I've actually been, shout out me, I've been waking up on time to get the podcast done and whatnot. Do that, get a dolly. Shout out Ember, Jason. Get the dolly, put it in the car, whatever. Saturday, me and my dad's like, hey, we're waking up early. We're getting the truck.
The truck, cool. I have it set for 9 o'clock. So we get to the rental place. There's only one place in the Denver metro area that's renting a truck. And it happens to be at the Alamo at the airport. Okay, cool. That's all fine and well. So we get there and they do not have a full-size truck available. They're like, we can upgrade you. It's an upgrade, sir. We can upgrade you to a luxury SUV. I don't need a luxury SUV. I need a truck to haul stuff in. And so that destroyed that. That was the only truck. We had actually a couple things in place, and then that was the final straw. I'm like, well, we can't get a truck. What are we going to do?
And keep in mind, we're leaving on Sunday.
Yeah. It's Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. There's not a truck in Denver available. So I said, AJ, we're going to have to bite the bullet on this one. And I said, you're going to have to drive your car, and I'm going to have to drive my car.
So dude, yeah. And so there was things that on my car that I was like, man, I'll wait till I get back.
Yeah.
Like I needed a new tire really bad for the longest time. I needed an oil change really bad for the longest time that I was like, man, we'll do it when we get, but I'm going to be home for a week pretty much. It doesn't, a new tire isn't going to, but after he's like, oh, you're driving. All right, I got to like fix this stuff and go to work. So it's now like 11 o'clock. We get an oil change. We get a new tire, whatever. Everything's looking cool. Whatever. Oh, it's now noon, and I got to be at work at 3.
Yeah.
And we haven't even touched any of my sister's stuff, and we leave tomorrow. So we hurry, run to. I mean, we live. I don't know if I want to say that, but we live not too far from Denver, but a little far.
Well, Brighton. Everybody knows in Denver where Brighton's at. We're about 35 minutes away from Denver. No.
Thanks, Dad.
You act like nobody knows where Brighton's at.
Well, anyways. That's like the one thing that you don't do on the internet. You never say where you live. Anyways.
You can look it up with voting records. So it's not that difficult.
It's ridiculous. Anyways. So we drive downtown, pack her car up, which was a nightmare. A lot of stuff didn't fit. I mean, it was...
we got it to a point that we whittled it down where there was a few objects like that wouldn't... And literally his car and my car were packed to the gills. We both have mid-sized SUVs. He has a Chevy Trailblazer. I have a Jeep Renegade, and so they're not big cars, but they're big enough, and so we were able to get a ton of stuff in it.
Well, she's also this just goes to show how much she doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah,
is she packed my car so full I couldn't see out of my passenger window. And I had to drive to Vegas.
Yeah.
I was losing it at this point. Get home, shower, work. You guys are leaving at 3 a.m. I get off of work at 3 a.m. So I was going to go home, take a nap, get on the road. I just got that tire replaced. That's important. I took 2 sleeping pills and a shot so that I could instantly fall asleep. As soon as I get home, crash, go to sleep. So I'm like, I took the sleeping pills, took the shot, and I'm already feeling woozy. Like, I'm like, oh man, get out to my car, get in my car. My PSI gauge says 6 PSI. So I run out, look at the tire that I just replaced, and it's on the ground, flatter than paper. So I had to drive 10 miles an hour to 7-Eleven. And keep in mind, I have to leave to Vegas in like a couple hours. You guys have already left at this point, I think.
Well, that's what messed the timeline up too. We were all supposed to leave together in one car, and AJ could sleep because he didn't get off work until 2 or 3 in the morning. And so our plan was to leave at 3 in the morning. And again, not because we were trying to be sadomasochistic to ourselves. We were trying to leave at 3 in the morning because my daughter had to get to the leasing office on Sunday to get her new keys for her new apartment. And if we didn't get there before the leasing office closed, then what were we going to do? Drive around town with a bunch of stuff in our car? No. And so we had to get there early. And so we had to preemptively leave AJ. And I'm like, dude, just sleep as long as you can. You get there when you get there. I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning after packing. Even after AJ left, we were packing for another few hours. And then I tried to get to sleep. And of course, when I know I have to sleep, I can't sleep. And so I maybe got 3 hours of sleep that night. And so I'm sitting there getting all worried because he's going to have to drive his car. He calls me that his tire's all messed up again. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm sitting there driving to Vegas, worrying that my son is driving by himself to Vegas. And so he ended up getting his tire fixed. He ended up getting on the road, and it hasn't given him an inch of problem since then.
Well, no, because I went to the tire shop early in the morning. The tire shop that I got it fixed. I got to get on the road, dude. I knew that. And it's 9:10.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I'm upset because it's like things have not gone right for a week or half a week now. I'm upset. So I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, hey man, I need you to fix this tire. You guys just put it on, blah, blah, blah. It's leaking air. And then he looks in my, at my gauge, checks the tire. I'm like, okay. And he says, hey man, we don't open until 9:45. Sit tight for me. I'm losing it, dude. I'm freaking out, losing it.
Oh, yeah.
They had messed up putting the tire on. So nothing was wrong. It's just that they messed up. But that's like the worst time to mess up is when I'm about to drive cross country. Drove, got there. It's hot as hell. Unpacked.
No, I kept calling you every 5 minutes to ask you what your tire pressure was, because I'm like, I was very worried.
Drove, got there, unpacked, not a big deal. Had a good night.
No, you're overglossing it. It was a big deal. This guy goes to the gym 6 days a week, and he was struggling because it was 117 degrees, and there was 20 stairs up a steep flight of stairs into her apartment. And so when we got there, I was like, oh God, we got there right in the middle of the day. And I was like, dude, I'm going to do what I can, and then I'm just going to supervise. And so to her credit, she moved most of her stuff in, even though she's a little girl and I'm a big guy.
Do you understand how heavy records are?
Yeah.
I guess like that's such like a first world, like I don't understand.
No.
Because you throw records at this point, and you could throw it like I'm a frisbee, but you stack. My sister, no joke, has like 500 records
in a box,
and one like,
and then the box ripped.
Oh God, dude!
And so they had to take him out piece by piece, and that was like he said, it ended up being fun. But yeah, it was. He's trying to carry all this heavy stuff because we left the heavy stuff in my car for him, and we got there and. It was a little bit cooler for him. Yeah, it was 110 degrees, so it was still outrageously bad. And so we got that, and then about 10 o'clock. And so go ahead,
go out, have fun. Shout out Ember and Jason. We met them, which was really fun.
Now we really didn't have fun because usually when we have fun in Vegas, we're having fun. We had a drink and we were kind of sipping on them and stuff like that. But then we were at this bar called Carnival Court for everybody out there. It's an outside bar out there, and their bartenders do a lot of tricks. And so what was really cool is that Jason had it set up when he's like, my buddy's coming. He's a bartender. Teach him some stuff. And so it was really cool when AJ got there. The bartenders, two of the bartenders were teaching him new tricks about, how to pour and this and so they got it all on videotape. It's actually pretty cool. And so it was a fun night. Usually when we're hanging out with Amber and Jason, we're having a fun time drinking and stuff like that. But it was just too much that night. I was not feeling it, and I was just literally sick.
No, we got demolished on Sunday, but I think it's just because we were tired.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's what they were saying. There was a point, and I love this part. There was a point where I just was so done and drunk. My grandma watches this, where they put a beer in front of me, and I just and Amber would be like, "You feeling okay?" And it came to the point that night where I would look at her like this. Just that. That's all I could. That's all I can muster to feel. I mean, that night I slept in my contacts, all my jewelry on.
Now again, we didn't have 100 drinks like sometimes we do. We maybe had 6 drinks total. Yeah, we had, and 2 of them were kamikazes, so that doesn't really count. But when we had a bunch of ultras, and then me and AJ had 1 rum and coke. That's it. I mean, let's be fair about it. And so it is what it is. We would have liked to party. I mean, it's few and far between where we actually get to see one of our friends in Vegas, and I was looking forward to it the whole time. I'm like, yeah, me and Jason are going to finally be able to hang out after hours and go crazy. And so, no, I'm too tired. I'm too tired, and I'm too sick from being on a.
Well, it's Saturday. Tomorrow we have a show. Shout out, John.
Yeah,
I have to say what's up. That's going to be really fun tomorrow.
That'll be fun. No.
But, anyways, back to the story. Next day. It's podcast day. We have a nice cigar. We're all
ready.
excited.
We're talking about
it. What sucks about the podcast? I don't want to give too much away because I'll do it eventually when I have footage for it.
Yeah.
But we knew we were going to do a Vegas podcast for a week.
Yeah.
So I was telling my dad, I was like, Dad, we have a week production this time. Normally it's day of. AJ thinks about the podcast and we do the podcast day of, but we have a week to like fine tune everything and do the right promotions and blah, blah, blah. And I was so excited. I mean, I had 10 hours of driving by myself to figure this
Plan
out.
it out, yeah.
And in my head, that's all I did really was listen to, I just told you I was listening to a little like war stuff, which was terrifying. But, and then I would just think because I had nothing better to do other than that or fall asleep, which we'll get into.
Microseconds.
Yeah, no, but I'm upset that we just all that planning in my head is just stored in the back of my head until we do it for real.
Yeah. So long story short with that, I lost my phone. We couldn't do the podcast until 11 o'clock at night, even if we wanted to. And we were just like, at that point, what else could go wrong? Let's just go have a drink. And so we went and had a drink. Now, this is to show you how much we were not partying in Vegas. The bartender had to come up and give us ice twice to fill our drinks. We were not drinking our drinks fast enough in order for the ice not to melt. And so we did that, went to bed super early. This guy stayed out late because he was winning. Damn, dude, he actually won a bunch, he didn't win thousands or anything, but he won a few $100s playing Huff and Puff. And so he did that night too. And so he came back in a little bit later after us, but...
Dude, and for some reason, I knew we were leaving Tuesday morning. I knew that. And this is Monday night.
Oh.
And for some reason, I was like, I want to see New York, New York. We're at the link, dude. That's 2 miles. And so I walked, or first, I wanted to see Excalibur, but that seemed outrageous. When I got to New York, it's still 110 degrees out.
Yeah.
So I walked 2 miles to New York, walked back. And as I'm walking back, I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, I know I have to be up early tomorrow to drive home. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Stopped at Bellagio. It was nice because I was under the terms of like this vacation.
No,
everything has gone wrong.
I'm gonna try to make something.
I want to at least make it worth my while. And
gave up. I said good night. It's midnight.
And see like the town that I love Vegas. I love going. I love the strip and all that. But so I'm walking back, whatnot. Get back to the room super super late.
No.
Take a nap, whatever. Pretty much hit the road.
I let him sleep till 10:45, 15 minutes before checkout, and I was like, "We get home when we get home." And so, I had actually got a good night's sleep. I had slept at midnight, but then I was up enough, so but I still got about 6 hours of sleep.
But I think it was just the week finally caught up to us.
Dude, if I'll be honest, it's still catching up to us.
Yeah, I mean, right now I don't feel well.
Yeah.
And neither does my sister, who like didn't have to drive for 20 hours.
Yeah.
So we get on the road Tuesday afternoonish. It says, "Oh, you're gonna get home at midnight," and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna suck." Whatever. We're driving, whatnot. I'm in front of my dad because now we're caravan styling it, and I see the car kind of go like this. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like maybe he's just texting, which isn't good, but I'm just, maybe he's checking his phone or Sonia's calling or whatever, or texting, and he's texting back. So I'm like, whatever. See it again, but this time it's on the rumble strips. So then I was like, okay. So I call him. Hey man, you good? Dude, I don't think I could do this. Is what you say.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean?
So
like,
we need to stop.
What do you mean? We're already on the road. And you said
I just fell asleep for microseconds again a couple times, and I'm like, dude, we need to stop at the next gas station, which we're in the middle of nowhere. If anybody knows the drive, we're between Richfield and Green River, and we found a little Conoco or Texas.
Was it Green River?
It was right before. No, it was about 35 minutes before. So we weren't. It was nowhere. In the middle of nowhere.
We had just left. I think we were still in Arizona at the time.
No.
We weren't that far into the drive. Maybe an hour or two.
No, we had already passed Cedar City. Well, long story short, we found a Terrible's. I pounded a 24-ounce monster.
That's the worst part. Is he said, "Son, wake me up in an hour." I said, "Okay."
No.
And he says, "I'm going to use the bathroom." Okay. That's Terrible's. Comes back with the biggest monster I've ever seen and just slams it. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Like, dude, I thought you needed sleep. Doesn't matter. We're getting home." Okay. And I was so determined to get home. And because we had talked about it in the morning in Vegas. You're like, "Oh, dude, let's just stay in Grand Junction." No, we're lame if we don't make it home. We made it here in one shot. We can make it home in one shot. And I was like so adamant about getting home for some reason. I knew it was going to be late. Whatever. Make that stop. My favorite part of the story is we're about an hour away from Grand Junction at this point. And an hour away from Grand Junction for those who know this drive. And he scared me so bad. I told him, "Dad, I'm going to periodically, just to make sure that you're okay, I'm going to hit my back wiper and you're going to flash your high beams at me. And when I hit my wiper blades, that's me saying I'm okay. When you show me your lights, that means you're okay. We'll keep moving." So I was doing that for like an hour, and he wasn't doing it back. So finally on the last, and we're an hour away from Grand Junction. So on the last one, he didn't do it. So I called him and I was like, "Hey man, like what's going on? I've been flashing this for ever. You haven't done what I asked you to do, whatever." And he said, "Oh no, I'm good. How close are we to Salina?" We're an hour away from Grand Junction. That was also 6 hours ago. But it was so like, because I felt the same way. It was so he would ask me like, "Oh, did you see that truck?" Blah blah blah, and I was like, "There was a truck."
And in the meantime, we're going through literally a torrential downpour of rain, and so that messed everything up too. I'm like, "Oh, can anything else?" And so I was like, "Dude, just stay on the phone with me." And so once we were on the phone, we were fine to Grand Junction. We got to Grand Junction, and we're like, "No, we're gonna sleep here."
I folded and said, "There's no."
Excuse me. Yeah, we're gonna sleep in Grand Junction. We did. Got up the next day. Unfortunately, and anybody knows that drive too, Grand Junction should not take more than 4 hours to get to Denver. It took us 6 because we ran into more rain, and it wasn't a little rain; it was a lot of rain
and traffic.
And then we got stuck on Vail Pass for an hour, just sitting literally there for an hour. And so it took us 6 hours to get back, even from Grand Junction that day. We left at 9 and got back at 3:30.
Dude, that. So obviously, I came here because my grandma, she was worried about me. So I came to just show I'm all right, and not dead, and I feel dead inside. No. But that drive to get into our neighborhood, I felt like the end of Gladiator when he's touching the wheat fields. Yeah. That's how it felt, dude. I was about to kiss the ground. I was so excited to be just done,
relief,
just done with everything. And then, I mean, yesterday was really hard. I was so tired. Yeah, and I slept all night on Wednesday night. This is gonna be one of those weeks where just going to take a little bit extra to fill.
A little bit extra, a lot of coffee in the morning. Because it's Friday and we're a couple days past it now, and I'm still I'm still
I
working.
want to go to bed. I don't want to work
Yeah,
ever. But just like
it
took a long time to get home. That was a very long story of our hell week.
Yeah, it was one of the worst things I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
And I've accomplished a lot. I've done a lot. I've seen a lot, and this is a good accomplishment, man. Because I don't know how I did it.
No,
to
really,
be real honest, I don't know how something horrific didn't go wrong. But thank God that it didn't. Thank God she's there safe. Thank God she's all moved in. Thank God we got back home safe. And
well, I really shouldn't have gambled anything, because after you lost your phone, I was like, it's cursed. This is a cursed trip. Everything sucks.
Yeah.
I want to go home.
Now, to be fair, he won a lot on Huff and Puff, and to be fair, I bubble crapped us some cigars, which means I won $53 playing bubble craps, and our cigars were $52.80, which was kind of neat.
My favorite part, dude, was she's packed my car so bad that she had a guitar over my head, my headrest.
Yeah.
And every time I would break, dunk, dunk. So then I started getting to the whys and like holding it when I would break. So fun.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. What do you think? What's the second worst vacation story that you have?
I don't have any bad vacation stories till this one.
Right?
So
and
again, we weren't there going on vacation, but again, going across country to Vegas, and then we were done with the move on Sunday, but it just was like everything that happened wrong, and so
I was setting you up for that question, but because I was thinking like, oh, I wonder what he was going to say for the worst, second worst vacation. I can't think of one for me. I've never been on that much stress in my life for a week straight.
It was too much, yeah. And so all that together, that's why we didn't film in Vegas. It was too stressful. Okay,
so we went through hell.
Yeah, went through hell. Hell week is what we'll call it from now on.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're ready for trivia, son. Let's see if you can get me. I think you'll probably get me because I'm so tired. That's my excuse this week.
No, it's really easy.
Okay.
Dude, like, again, I normally try to do
zingers
and production throughout the week, but I just did not care this week. Because we got back on Wednesday.
No.
And yeah, I had 10 hours to think about it, but then I also had 10 hours of fighting for my life to get home.
Yeah.
Dude, literally my notes for this week, Vegas.
Vegas.
That's all I wanted to, that's all I have the most to talk about.
No.
Okay, trivia time.
Okay.
Start off, like always, U.S. trivia. What is the national mammal of the U.S.?
The national, I didn't know we had one.
Yeah, neither did I, but I saw it and I was like, that makes sense.
What about national mammal? Come on, man.
What do you mean?
That's ridiculous, dude. That's a hard question. Who's going to guess that?
It's kind of, once you hear it, you're going to be like, that makes sense.
Bison.
Yeah.
That was a guess.
No, that's it. But doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard. But
you shouldn't have said that, or and I wouldn't have got it. When you said that makes sense, I was like, oh.
National mammal. I didn't know we had that either until
my ancestors used to hunt them.
I know you call me Buffalo. Anyways.
Buffalo. I should start calling you Buffalo Bill. Oh my God. Buffalo Bill.
Anyways.
Okay.
Which U.S. state has the smallest population?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. It's a state, not a town.
Yeah. I know it's one of the three, but I'm going to say Wyoming.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I was either going to say Wyoming, Rhode Island, or Delaware, but I know Wyoming is real. Wyoming has only one congressional district. That's how I know.
Okay, you're winning this week because the rest of the questions are
super easy.
Really easy.
Nice. Those are good ones, though, dude. Those are stuff that you may or may not know. Seriously, both of those are really good.
All my questions are. What are you talking about?
No,
all my questions.
He tries to zing me, and it's like, who would know that?
Okay, you claim to be the king of trivia. Oh, I'm not the king of trivia because I don't know the answer to my son's question.
After this week, I'm 11-2. That's a king of trivia.
But see how he complains about it until he wins? Like
it's like Monopoly.
Your way of arguing sucks.
I know.
You complain about losing when you lose, you make it too hard, and then when you win, you're like, maybe step it up next week. Like,
who does that sound like?
It sounds like annoying.
Sounds like our president.
Okay.
Your president.
He's also yours.
Not mine.
What was Rusty's name in Vegas Vacation? His alias.
In Vegas Vacation. You know I know that
I know,
one.
but we were just talking about Vegas, so I thought I'd
Oh my
add a Vegas Vacation question.
I can't think right now, actually.
What? You have an idea of it? I thought that one.
Oh my god, I really can't think of it. I'm so tired. I can't think of it.
That's like a.
Um,
That's a free point, Dad.
that is a free point. Oh my god, I had the license.
I love that. My dad. I mean, he's been an old man my whole life. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've never seen my dad get ID'd, but when he does get ID'd, he uses this license, like he does in the movie. Anyways,
Yeah.
out of time.
Okay, I lost it because I can't think right now.
Nick, what?
Nick Papa Giorgio. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we went to Vegas.
1 point me.
We went to Vegas one time, and they had like these they're fake ID. I mean, not fake IDs, but they're novelties.
IDs.
Yeah. And it was Nick Papa Giorgio, and I would use that. We'd go to a bar and be like, and we went to this one bar. He's like, okay, Mr. Papa Giorgio. I said, dude, that doesn't look like me. Okay, I could not think of that. Promise to God.
Star Wars question.
Uh-oh.
Which character in Rogue One is blind?
Chirrut.
Full points. Full name.
Chirrut.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's right.
Okay, well, something.
Let them pass in peace. Let them pass in peace.
Yeah.
The strongest stars have hearts of Kaiba.
You're a child. AJ trivia time.
Uh-oh.
This one was hard to come up with because I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, well, is that super niche to just me?
Yeah.
Like only I would know that, or would my dad also know that?
I better know it.
Well, you do know most things, but there's like that's why it's really hard for me to pinpoint it.
That would be hard. Yeah.
But we did talk about this in Vegas.
Oh wow.
My number one favorite rock band all time, which is
Kiss.
What's my second favorite rock band of all time? We talked about this. Is AJ
we did
trivia.
not talk about
we
this.
did.
See, I barely got 3 out of 5.
Because I asked you. I hate this. I asked you, and I can't remember who your second one is either right now. But you had said something, and then I asked Cease, and she had said whatever.
Dude, is your second favorite band Stryper?
Nope.
See, I lost.
Van Halen.
Oh shit!
You don't remember? We talked about it.
I was very tired when we talked about it. I do remember talking about it, but I don't remember what you said.
Dude,
I was staring off into the abyss.
Dude, I was 1,000 yards staring everything.
I know.
The other day,
That's
dude.
crazy. That sucks.
And then, I mean, we talked about it in the longest story we've ever told. When I called you that second time, you were like, dude, I don't really remember like most of this drive. And then you were like, well, do you remember this? Because you remember things.
No.
And you asked me if I remembered them. No.
Yeah.
I was staring off into, and I just told you before we got on air, I was listening to this like show on YouTube. That helped me the most. But I started listening to the show about Vietnam.
Yeah.
Which Vietnam's not funny. But what is funny is the psychological sounds that they used to play. They were playing that on this show for like 20 minutes. So I'm listening to psychological warfare for 20 minutes.
From the Vietnam era.
Yeah, freaking myself out. Just, I mean, it worked. It worked back then. And it worked on this trip while I was driving home from Vegas.
I wasn't asleep like Clark Griswold in the movie where they pull into the motel, but I was definitely not paying attention. It was weird. I was like in a state of mind where, I mean, I could drive, and obviously I did drive, but it was just like, wow, I don't remember.
Because when you were,
I don't recommend it. Please drive. Don't drive dozing off, please.
Yeah.
No, what's it called? Dozing driving?
No.
Dizzy driving?
No.
Sleepy driving? Don't do it.
Sleepy driving?
So, yeah.
No, dude, I'm flying for the rest of my life. There's no need to road trip like that. We were talking about
road trips used to be fun, but they're not anymore. No.
And like, I'm trying to keep myself. Well, maybe it would have been funner if we were driving together.
Yeah, a single road trip. And I told you on my 40th, I for whatever reason I did a single road trip and I was fine. But
yeah, you used to do that all the time. I don't know why we struggled.
Every once in a while, I'd like to take the Jeep out, take the top off, and
I think it was time per how long we were there.
Yeah.
I think if we were there for an extra 2 days, the drive back would have been like, easy. But the drive within 2 days of hell was not a smart idea.
Yeah. All right, buddy, we're hitting up the hour. I just want to say one thing about Fauci. You can say one thing too and disagree with me, but all I want to say is thank you, Dr. Fauci, for saving 2 million Americans with everything that you did. F the Republicans in the Senate and F the president. And that is not bullshit. Do you have anything to add, son?
I think it's COVID was a thing.
MAGA.
You don't. Okay, but MAGA. You don't ever explain what you're talking about. And it drives me actually insane.
Okay, this week the Republicans in the Senate, for whatever reason, even though the pandemic was 6 years ago, they're still trying to grill Dr. Fauci, even though he has a pardon from President Biden. But that's neither here nor there. They sat there. He took the fifth on everything because he doesn't have to answer their questions. Honestly, you don't. Just because you're a U.S. senator doesn't mean I have to answer your question either, buddy. So the president and them, they're just trying to distract us from trying to steal the election in November. That's what they're really trying to do. Dr. Fauci, with everything that we did, and I didn't like having social distancing. I didn't like having to sit in place in our house for months at a time, but it saved lives. It saved 2 million American lives. 1.2 million Americans died in spite of that. So I don't care what the Republicans say. I don't care what the Senate says. I don't care what the president says. He saved lives, and that's a good thing for America.
Okay, so if he's innocent, why couldn't he answer a question?
He doesn't have to.
So then you could say the same logic, just reverse it
Absolutely.
for a Republican.
Absolutely.
A Republican that's in that chair.
If
Hegseth was in the chair. And
they do it anyways. And they should be answering questions, especially when it pertains to Iran. They do it anyways, and they should be answering those questions. I don't think it has anything to do with anything except distraction, and that's the whole problem.
No,
MAGA.
You're so annoying because he's distracting. He's not letting. I mean, if somebody has a question that I don't want to answer because I'm guilty of something, I'm not going to answer it. Now, I'm not saying that he is, but it makes him look weird.
What about the timing of everything, son? They've been back in power for almost 2 years. Why now? They're only trying to distract us from Epstein, and they're only trying to take away the election coming up in November.
So bring it on, homeboy. I could answer every question about the pandemic if I'm the lead man on the pandemic. Yeah. But the fact that I'm hiding like a sheep, it's kind of embarrassing.
It's not hiding. It's saying, hey, you aren't going to compel me to do it just because you got elected in a Republican district in the South, buddy.
Bring it on.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
Yeah. Guess what? We are going to bring it on in November, buddy.
I don't know why.
It's already done been brought.
No, I think that
it's politics, son.
It's foolish. It's foolish politics.
It is very foolish politics to think that that's going to distract us from Epstein or the election. It's very foolish politics. It's because President Trump is the king of fools. It is very foolish. I heartily agree.
Boo.
Now you're going to vote for Trump?
No, I'm not going to.
You're going to vote for his third term? What about in 2 years? You're going to vote for his third term?
Sometimes you are so Trump delusional that you can't even you can't even process what I'm saying.
All I care about is America.
Well, when half of America voted for him, you kind of
did they? He lost a popular vote by 3 million votes.
Okay, but when half the world voted
and
for
only 40% of people voted,
then I guess you don't believe in democracy because that's how it happened.
I don't believe. If you think the Electoral College is democracy, you don't believe in democracy.
Oh my God. Then
one person, one vote.
Then every election shouldn't matter if you want to go by that logic. Oh. So then, what I'm
trying to change.
But so then, what are you fighting for? So that's what I'm saying. People voted him in, so they made a mistake, in my opinion.
No, I wouldn't go as far to say somebody made a mistake how they voted. You vote how you want. But he didn't win the election. He did not win the popular vote.
Look at how bad things have gotten because of him, because of decisions, right? But
not because of anyone else, not because of the Senate, not because of him.
Then that's a better way of saying it. But like when you're pointing at me like MAGA, because I know, but you know what I'm saying. But when I'm saying if Fauci didn't have anything to hide or whatnot, but sometimes you have to sit there and be questioned about nonsense. Sit there and be questioned about nonsense. You're a public figure.
But sometimes you have to be obstinate in order to let your opposition know I ain't playing your games.
But if you set that standard, if you set that standard, then what makes it different from when Trump does it?
They do it. If they didn't do it, you'd have a point. They do it worse.
No, nobody.
You want to talk about Epstein? You want to talk about the election?
No, Republican.
He's trying to steal the election. He is not trying, and he's being overt about it. And they're not going to do it. They're trying to stop mail-in ballots because guess what? You cannot manipulate mail-in ballots like you can voting machines. I don't want to hear anything about Trump, son, because that sets me off. He is the first president ever to go against his own people. He is the first president in 250 motherfucking years to go against his own people. Fuck him to hell.
I got to take that out. I got to take that out.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, fuck him.
No.
Yeah. That's my opinion, and I have a right to opinion. Guess what? The First Amendment still applies until it doesn't.
Okay, and hang on. You got to say we're back or something because I'm taking that part out.
Why?
Because that was too much.
Don't censor me.
Oh my God.
Don't censor me. I'm not the only person that says fuck the president.
Yikes. All right.
And I say it because I care about my country. And so leave it in, son. I care about my country. I don't care about the president. I don't care if he's a Republican or a Democrat. I don't like him. I can't stand him. Everything that he's done, I'm against. And that's how I feel. And I have a right to feel that way because guess what? This is a republic, not a goddamn fucking kingship.
Okay.
That being said, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good week, guys. We'll see you next week. But yeah, I'm getting tired of their shit, dude. And you're right. I mean, when you're testifying under oath, you should try to give something. I'm not saying he should. Nope. I invoke my Fifth Amendment, but they do it all the time. I think there is a process, and I think he should have honestly, in order to make your case, in order for Fauci to make his case, he should have answered the questions. I agree. I'm kind of joking, but at the same time too, if I have Rand Paul and all those idiots trying to question me, I'll be like, hey, just like Bondi, just like Hegseth, all of them, and I don't have to answer your question. I don't have to answer your question. Okay. I mean, they do the same thing except worse.
But every time that they do it, how many times have we said that shows weakness? How many times have we said that? So if Dr. Fauci wants to do it, then it also shows weakness.
No,
too.
It doesn't, because he is already immune from it because he has a presidential pardon. So if he wanted to answer the questions, he could. He's being obstinate just to be obstinate.
When both sides do it, it's like, okay, like you can't answer a question,
then you must be guilty. Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth, they do not have pardon. They're about to have pardons because Trump is going to pardon everybody, including his kids.
Well, then they
when it comes to it,
then they must be guilty in hiding the truth from Americans.
Possibly.
That's all I'm saying.
Possibly.
So you can't say that one side of it's right and the other side isn't right.
I didn't say it's right, but I said he has a right to not answer their questions.
No, but I'm saying you can't take that Dr. Fauci is morally more correct taking that stance.
I didn't say that.
Than somebody like Pete Hegseth.
I didn't say that. I said he has a right to not answer those questions because the premise of them answering and asking the questions is false.
And so do they.
Okay.
Then that's all I'm saying. And so, but what?
Yeah.
When it comes to questioning from Senate, where are we going to draw a line of, hey, maybe you should answer a question under oath and just own up to whatever you're going through?
They have subpoena power and they have power to charge him with being in contempt. And so that's up to the Senate. That's up to the Republican Senate.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is up to the Republican Senate.
That's fair. Now,
if it's a Democratic Senate, then we'll talk about that too. And again, I get your point. I'm not trying to dismiss it, but I of all people, know the politics of politics, and I'm glad he didn't answer the questions because he doesn't have to.
I think public figures should be answering questions.
He's not. He is not an elected you That's a different thing, and he's not in the president's cabinet. You know who he was the administrator of all that. You know who was president? Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump was president in 2020. We all forget, and he had Fauci up there, not Biden.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gone a little long this week, but yeah. So thank you, Mr. Trump, for giving us Fauci. Enough. Yeah. He gave us Fauci, didn't he? He was in his administration.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for saving all those Americans, Mr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci. But yeah, that's what's going on. What's going on with that is, and yeah, it's not tit for tat though, because the Republicans are literally trying to rig this country against itself. I don't like that. I don't think any of my Republican friends like that.
We talk about it all the time.
No,
if we're true Americans, we're not going to let something like that happen.
True. No,
and if it does, were we ever really true?
No,
to what we believe in.
That's true too. So yeah, that's other than that, there hasn't been a lot anyway since we've been gone on vacation in politics, except that happened the last couple of days. But I think we should have talked about it. So we kind of were debating, should we bring it up or not? I think it's very, very important because it does, again, improves the politics of it too. And if I was him and I wasn't a senator, if you're an elected U.S. senator, you're an elected member of the House, or you're the president or somebody in the president's cabinet, you have an obligation to the people that elected you. And that's a different thing than an administrator like Fauci, in my opinion.
Mm.
But that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for sharing our week of hell with us, because we tried to, and I knew it was going to take a little while to describe it, but it took us a little while. So I'm glad you guys stayed with us, because we had to describe every detail, because literally every one of those micro details was a part of Hell Week. And so we went out there. She's safe, thank God. Everything's good. We're back in Colorado and we're doing good. And we just want to say thank you for tuning in. Again, like AJ always says, like, subscribe, share. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.